Good evening and welcome to day 16. I'm filming in the evening again, and today I'm on my quest getting more fat into my diet. So I did go and get some brisket bones that I'm going to use to cut the fat off so that I can eat the fatty pieces after I rendered them and got the tallow out of them. So I'm not going to use the tallow to cook with. I'm going to use it to actually make some moisturizer, I thought. Because I always get questions about what I do with my skin because it looks so great. I think some of it is the camera. I don't have perfect skin, but I do have pretty good skin. I don't have a lot of pimples normally or anything like that. Unfortunately, I don't have a secret to share with you. I'm not doing anything specific to take care of my skin. Other than that, I've probably most of my life been eating quite well. I've never been smoking. I don't drink, really. I don't wear any makeup. I don't wear using any special creams or anything like that. Last couple of years or more maybe I've used shea butter on my face and my hands as a moisturizer all over. Organic. I've also for a while I used some argan oil on my face just because a friend gave it to me, so I had that. I'm only washing my face with soap, normal soap with as few ingredients as possible. There is a brand called Dr. Bronner, I think, and that I got when I was in the UK. I don't think it's as easy to get your hands on here in New Zealand, so at the moment I'm just using normal soap. So I don't do anything specific, but I thought, why not? I'm kind of running out of shea butter anyway, so why not try and move towards something that is actually even more similar to our own skin? And I'm gonna try I make a beef tallow moisturizer, so I will film that as well in a video in a few days when I can be bothered to actually make it. So yeah, I'm gonna try that, and anyway, I'll just show you what I did with the beef tallow, how I rendered it, and what it looked like when it was done. So here are the brisket bones I got, a bit more than 1.5 kilos, and there's a decent amount of fat on it, and you can see the color of the fat is quite nice. It doesn't say that they are grass-fed, but to be fair, most cattle here in New Zealand are grass-fed, so fingers crossed it's good quality. So what I did, I just cut some fat off into chunks and then smaller pieces after that. Took a little bit of time and effort, obviously, to cut all the fat off and trying to get rid of the meat. I actually gave the meat to the puppies rather than saving it for myself. Then just cut it up into small pieces, put it into the slow cooker with the bones, what was left over of the bones, and left it there for 3 hours. And this is what it looked like after 3 hours, so there's a decent amount of fat. There's a little bit of moisture in there, so I actually had to take the lid off and let that boil off. And then I just poured some of that tallow off into a jar. So I put a muslin cloth or a cheesecloth, if you prefer, whatever you want to call it. And just to filter off any little debris that would come through with the meat or the fatty pieces that I had. And I'll just show you what it looks like. It's not a lot, but there will always be some contamination. So this is pretty much what I rescued from the first time I did that. I actually poured it off 3 times in total, so I had a little bit more there. After 9 hours it was done, and I had about 2.5 deciliter of tallow. So that's about a cup, a little bit more than a cup in American measures. A small plate of the fat pieces, and then obviously a plate of bones, which actually went into the bin. I didn't make any broth from them because they have been boiling for so long anyway. Right, so that's that. That's how one way of making beef tallow. Some people boil it in water and do it that way. Other people might render it in the oven very slowly. There are many different methods. I just thought that I didn't want any excess moisture in it, so I thought I'll try to do it in the slow cooker. It seems to work quite fine. It took a little bit of time. I think if you're boiling it might be slightly quicker, but the result was quite good, I think. I got, as I said, I got almost 2.5 deciliters out of that. I got some nibbles. They weren't great. They're not anywhere near pork cracklings in my opinion. When I'm frying the fat from my sirloin or another fatty piece of meat, I usually fry it and it kind of crisps up and is really, really yummy. I didn't find these pieces as yummy. I don't know if it's down to the cut of beef or if it's down to the quality of beef. I usually get my meat from a place that ships it directly to me, and they do grass-fed beef. Everything is really, really good quality. Obviously, these brisket bones, I do not know if they are grass-fed for sure, but I like the color of the fat, because usually when it's more yellow, it means that there are more carotenoids in the fat, which means that the cows have been eating grass. And they could still be grain finished, it could be something, I don't really know. So I have no clue about the quality of that fat. But anyway, it didn't taste as good to me. I compared it today with a rump steak I had, and it's nowhere near it. It's edible, but it didn't get me excited. Let's put it like that. I'm gonna eat them anyway, just to up my fat intake a little bit and keep that up. But I think long term, butter is the way to go for me. It's easy, it's yummy. I don't really see why I should change that up if I can tolerate butter well, which I think I do. So yeah, that's how you do in a slow cooker. And if you have any questions, just ask. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do so. I will really appreciate that. Yeah, I think I'm not going to tell you. You will see tomorrow what I'm going to talk about tomorrow. I have a plan, but I'm going to keep it a secret for now. So I'll see you then. Take care.